ever since I had this Monro series, Lost New York Session, I became obsessed with Monro again. I started to look for more his series. I think the Lost New York Sessions, it gave me a hint of that particular singing style change when he came to the US, circa 1966. He definitely changed his style of singing, kind of imitating Frank Sinatra's, or more or less like a jazz singing of American style, more casual, more like a relaxed atmosphere of singing. But nonetheless, his singing quality is very, very good. And so I really love that New York Sessions, and I looked for more Capitol recordings around that time, and I found this. This is called two albums actually in one CD. This is The Life is the first one, and I'm glad There Is You. This is The Life. You're gonna hear from me. I Take Romance, Stranger in the Night, On a Clear Day, Sweet Lorraine, My Best Girl, On Wonderful Day Like Today, Mercy Sherry, Honey on the Vine. That's the first one. And second one titled Here's to My Lady. And this has When Johnny Loved Me, Joanna Loved Me, Real Life Girl, When Sun Gets Blue, Laura, People, Here's to My Lady, The Good Life, You're Gonna, You Got Possibilities, Rain Sometimes, Sweet Talking Hannah, Nina Never Knew. That's the second one. And those are excellent singing. I was so glad that I got this CD set. Oh, just one CD, but two albums. And I don't know how I can describe it. It is more or less like I love the karaoke singing myself, right? Without any instruments or anything. Like, I like to sing a song. And definitely I try to imitate somebody like a Sinatra, Nat King Cole, and so forth. And of course, Matt Monro is the best Monro to imitate, because his voice and his delivery of singing are so nice, so wonderful that yeah, of course, I like to imitate him when you're singing. And so I got to learn his life also a little bit, when he was in London, growing up in a area where not so many people wealthy or anything, the lower class maybe of the London working class, but he had the talent of singing. The voice was wonderful. Therefore, early on, he had this tremendous recording sessions. I think early 60s maybe. He had like a portrait of my life. That's I think first his hit, and from there on he had lots of recording. Just because I think he was loved by audience, and also he was loved by the recording producers. So when he became very popular in Britain and all over the world internationally, he moved to US and trying to record with Capitol Records. Well, Capitol Records at the time, the Sinatra already established his own reprise label, so he left from the Capitol, and Nat King Cole already passed away, so they lost the two major recording artists at the time, so they are eager to find another one. So he they asked him to come to the US to record. I think that this is those two albums are a result of that particular efforts. So yeah, but by doing so, I think he was very enthusiastic coming to the US, and because he was popular and he was rich nonetheless, he was making money, and so he was very comfortable living in Los Angeles, and the families, his wife and kids came along with them, and lived in the US for a while. But then again, I think I would say he missed Britain, I would say. Yeah, I don't know the more like a deep side of his missing Britain. I have no idea, but I think one of the things is that probably the way the people who make records here in the US is more or less like its own US based taste. I think that's where I think the many people got kind of a little bit not like it. I think because the US is a very different attitude toward the culture, toward the art, toward popular singing, popular music singing, a bit more or less like a jazzy. Because of the way they sing, that technique they sing in jazz is very, very I think sophisticated, I would say, in jazzy singing, more relaxed atmosphere. And Matt Monro was, capable of doing that, imitating Sinatra and recording all these things. But at the same time, he kind of missed the British atmosphere of recording, I would say. So after a while, he had a homesick, and then he went back to Britain and started to record at the EMI label. EMI label, he was recording before. He went to US, but came back to EMI. EMI is kind of related to the Capitol Records. I think they are more or less like a parents and child relationship recording company. And so EMI, he went back to London, and he started to record there until he passed away. So this particular CD set, 4 CD set, I think complete recordings of his EMI level. I really like to get that, particular CD, but kind of four CDs in there, and it's very, very expensive. So I have to wait until I get hold of that particular CD. And but anyway, so yeah, and so I became kind of interested in his psychology. He's you know trying to make album, or trying to make singing recording along with the capital taste, US taste. But I would say he not necessarily, I don't know, he doesn't like it, but I think he kind of really missed like a big orchestrated big symphonic sound of his singing in the background of a big orchestra. I think that's what he got used to, but now he came to the US, and it's a lighter orchestration and jazzy, and that's probably not his own voice, I would say. But nonetheless, it's very, very good in this particular recording, and I love that. And so I think all those combinations of missing the old friends and families, old relatives, or whatever, the lifestyle in Britain versus US is very different. US is more or less, you are very independent. You don't necessarily socialize with other people in the neighborhood or anything. But I think in Britain, I think more or less like locally based friendship there, and that's why he really missed the Britain. And I could see not only Matt Monro, I could see some of the British actors and actresses come to US, and they establish themselves very successful there. But at the same time, I would see it's very, I would say dry. I would say it's more or less like a more independent lifestyle here, and more, you are doing your own thing. You don't care about what other people think. So therefore you are free, tremendously free. But I think some of the people kind of miss more or less like a more human relationship of a close knit. I think that's what happened. I'm guessing, because for me it's like that. I think when I came to US from Japan, I felt tremendously freedom. I felt happy because there's lots of things that because of freedom you can do here in this country compared to more like limited activities in Japan. So I kind of understand that, the particular feeling of you are paying for the particular freedom. You lose a lot of things, like human relationship, I would say. Some of the people really miss it. I didn't miss it. I don't miss it even today, because it's kind of comfortable to be here. But I think some of the people misses all the relatives, parents, neighborhood, all these things. So he went back and he recorded until he passed away this particular EMI level. And that particular CD set has lots of songs that I don't know, I never heard. and it has a lot of takes, alternate takes and so forth is in there too. So I really like to get that album. Anyway, this particular two albums, when I listen to it, it's, immediately you see this is American made, because it's very relaxed atmosphere and very jazzy. I wouldn't say it's like a, to the point of jazz vocal of, like Jack Jones, Tony Bennett, even Frank Sinatra's, King Cole. I think it's very close, but it's not completely that. Very, very close, but it still has this authentic, beautiful singing of Matt Monro is there. So yeah, this particular album I really recommend for anyone. If you are a fan of Matt Monro, you have to listen to this, and you have to get to know the song. The songs, the list of the songs that included here is superior. I would say in American point of view, it has a very well-made songs, I would say, and it's worthwhile to sing that song in a whatever the way you sing. I think it's very nice song making. I would say so. And so yeah, I would recommend. And one after this, when I listen to this album here, one after the other, each one is better than the other. I think when you really sit back and concentrate and listen to his voice, each song comes alive, and each song has a tremendous this power of conveying this mood of that particular song. And yeah, so I would recommend, and I think my passions for Matt Monro increased tremendously after listening this. Of course, New York sessions is some kind of an indication that I love his singing in American way, and this is a typical example. I love these songs, the way he sings here. So yeah, that's my Matt Monro's passion. Still remains strong at this age, and just because I like to sing, in my own way, in karaoke style, very appealing to me. This his technique and his voice, his way of singing, very appealing. So yeah, I would recommend 100% the Matt Monro's Capitol recordings. 2 album set, 1 CD, 2 album set. Okay, bye.